Hi guys, my name is Mohammed and welcome to the first of hopefully many C++ tutorials ranging from downloading an integrated development environment all the way to structures and classes and everything in between, including types, statements, functions, recursion, arrays, vectors, and file input and output, and structures and classes. And first we will begin by downloading two integrated development environments, IDEs they're called. They're just fancy words for the applications used to write source code, and in this case we'll be using codeblocks in Visual Studio, and we'll get started with downloading them. Just go to Google. Codeblocks is the first one we'll be downloading. Codeblocks is free. It's an open source platform. It's available in all software, all operating systems, sorry. And it's a very small file, contrary to Visual Studio, which is a very large file. So when you're downloading codeblocks, you have to make sure you click on the right link, because when you're downloading an IDE, you want to download the IDE and you want to download the compiler. The compiler is the thing that converts your source code into machine code and something the computer is able to understand and is able to build into a console application, something like this. In fact, exactly like this. In our case, this is what we will be using. So let's first download it. This is the one we want to download because this comes with the GCC compiler, MingW, and it comes with the environment together, so we don't have to do any work and download them separately. So just download it from SourceForge. Wait for the timer. It's an executable file, so when you start it, it'll be a wizard that opens up. Just follow the on-screen instructions. It's just next, finish. Simple stuff. So let's wait a little. Save file, executable file. So I won't download it because I already have it downloaded. So let's go on to downloading the next IDE, and that'll be Visual Studio. Now, codeblocks is going to be ample enough, but if you would like to see something else, I would suggest you downloading Visual Studio. I myself like Visual Studio. It's more appealing to the eye. It's free also if you're a college student. All you have to get is your college email. You need your college email. So go on this website. It's called dreamspark.com. Go here. And for student, if you are a college student, you get professional grade equipment for free. It's amazing. Go create an account. You put in your information here. It's going to ask you after this for your college institution, which is just the name, and your college email. It'll send you a verification. After that, you verify. You come into this website again. You sign in here, and then you go into the software catalog, and then you can download Visual Studio. Now you can, if you want, to download Visual Studio Professional, which is a very, very big file, but it's very complete. There's virtually everything you need to do in here for every level you'll probably go in school. And I have on my computer the Visual Express desktop. It's a lot smaller. I think it took like an hour and a half to download this, which is still quite long compared to codeblocks, which takes about 5 minutes, not even a minute, 2 minutes. So you click here, then you go download. This is after you've signed in though. No product key needed. It runs automatically. It's great. So after you've got them both downloaded, let's start opening a project, which is the first step in building building something useful, something you can see, building a program. So we'll open up codeblocks and we'll build our first, we'll open our first project. We won't build anything at this point in time. So we just go File, New, Project, Console Application, because this is what we'll be using. Console Application is just like this, a command prompt window. Console Application, Go, Next, C++. This is your file path. This is what you want it to be stored in. I selected YouTube tutorial, which is something on my desktop. Okay, and you have to name the file, so you can call it, let's call this video 1. Next. This is stock settings, the GCC compiler I was talking about before. See, there's nothing on here. It's a blank screen. But in our sources, which is a file of this workspace, we have a main. We open up our main and we see, look, there's something already there. But we won't talk about this yet. We'll talk about this another time. First, let's open up a project in VisualStudio and see how that's done. The process is quite similar, actually. It's not much different. Open up a new project. Let's call this video 1. Okay. Next. Now we have to click an empty project here. That's the only thing we have to do. It's a console application just like last time. Finish. And there's nothing. Just like codeblocks, blank screen. So we have our workspace, but this is a project in VisualStudio. In codeblocks, it's called a workspace, and now we need to create a file from that. Codeblocks already creates one for us. It creates a main for us. We need to make a main. So we go to source files, we right click, we go to add, and we come to new item. We click on new item, and we want to create a CPP file from new item. We give it a name. Let's call it main also. And add. That's it. Brings up a file, but it's not as generous as codeblocks. Codeblocks already has some nice code written for you. We'll talk about that later in the next video. Thanks for watching.